So hi Priyanshi, how are you doing?
Hello, I'm doing fine.
Great. Okay. So Priyanshi, we wanted to have a small chat with you. This was completely, to give our future UCAT aspirants and students to get an idea about like what your UCAT journey was all about, and also, because you are working with us in terms of your UCAT preparations. You worked with us for your medical schools applications also. So, I really want you to give some more insights about the same. So, if you can just give us a quick idea, how is your UCAT preparation experience with us?
For me personally, the UCAT prep from the start was quite smooth. I would say it is a difficult test which is extremely time pressured, and students tend to get caught up in that. But Prep Zone made it relatively easy for me. For this, I would like to thank my mentors who helped me prepare for it. Both Prasoon sir and Vidhi ma'am were always available for help and held useful sessions. Vidhi ma'am provided very useful insights and made verbal reasoning very simple for me. I was
Okay.
struggling with abstract reasoning at the start, but I contacted you and held sessions with Prasoon sir. And with the help of you both, I was able to score very well.
Great.
And at last but not the least, your help and guidance helped me achieve my desired score. Your advice to keep practicing stuck with me till the last and helped me perform very well.
Good to know that. So you're from which school?
I'm from Marani Gayatri Devi School, Jaipur.
Jaipur. Okay. So, what was your score in the UCAT?
I scored 2,750 with a band 1 in situational judgment.
Okay, that's a good score. Moreover, as a student who has already completed the UCAT, did the UCAT, and also completed the UCAT med school applications also. So, what you think is actually, required as a student to, before getting into the preparation and during the preparation? What's your kind of, advice as a student for other aspirants?
For UCAT, I would say one of the most important thing that I think really helped me score well was to start early. Most of the students I spoke to, who were preparing for the UCAT, started a month or a week ago, which was very shocking for me because I had been preparing for it for 2 months.
Correct.
So, and I attended sessions organized by the Prep Zone team, which were very useful. I was introduced by the question types and how to approach each question from the mentors.
Okay.
And I practiced using your resources as well. One thing which I really liked about your resources was that they included questions from a lot of other resources and were not combined to only one resource. So this was really helpful as I used Medified and your resources. So I was able to cover almost all of the web pages and all of the sources they have provided for the UCAT. And
Okay.
the second thing is to get lots of practice. I think I did at least 100 questions every day, and I kept up with my mistakes. And this really helped me score good.
Okay.
Third and the last thing would be to not get too disappointed by low scores because I was scoring really low in my mocks, somewhere around 2,400 to 2,500. So I found myself scoring a different score every time, and this really took a toll on me. I felt there was no certainty as to what my score would be on the final day, but I would say all the hard work and all the practice paid off, and I was able to score really well.
Good, good to know that. I'll not take much of your time, but just if you can just, enlighten a bit about what was your application experience, like what all you did, how it started, and how our team actually helped you. So kind of an gist about it.
Yeah, so I applied to 4 medical schools via UCAS, and at first I found the application process to be really extensive and rigorous. I found myself regularly struggling to keep up with all the requirements and documents, but PrepZone really did make it easy for me. I would like to thank Deepija ma'am for constant support and concise, to the point guidance. She is always there for all of my queries at almost any time of the day. Her
Okay.
guidance has really been helpful on processing my application, and her prompt responses have saved my many hours of confusion. I would also like to extend my thanks to you for taking care of the whole admission process and answering almost all of mine as well as my parents' queries. No matter how many times we reached out to you, you always got back to us. And I think amidst all of this chaos, your advice and guidance was the only thing that kept me and my parents calmed and help us focus more on the positives and made this process relatively simple.
Sure. No, that's our job actually. So that's completely fine. Also, as we work together, so you did a bit of your profile building activities. Also, you worked a bit on shadowing part, doctor shadowing. So just to give an idea to the other students, like you shadowed which kind of doctors and all, because there is a kind of a confusion every time that I need to do shadow a doctor who is on a high end or a kind of a reputed department holders. But what was your experience on that?
I would say referring to a high rank or a specialist, for example, a cardiologist or a neurologist, won't make you stand out in your application. The main thing that I think mattered was what I gained from it and what I learned from it and how I put it out on my personal statement, how I reflect on it. That was the main thing. I shadowed gynecologists as well as oncologists, which I found it balanced it because there were a lot of positives that I found in the gynac department, and the negatives of the onco and all the things surrounding the cancer department weighed it equally, I think. So I was pretty happy with my shadowing and I learned a lot, and I was able to reflect on it very well and put it out in my personal statement.
Sure. So one last question. In all the 5 sections of the UCAT, which was your favorite and which was the one which you struggled?
I The answer is quite funny actually, because I really liked decision making, and I was scoring really high when I was practicing it. I was quite happy with it. I did spend a lot of time on it. My weakest section was quant because I did struggle a lot with mathematics in high school, so I was not confident about it. I was doing quite okay on abstract as well as verbal, as far as I remember. And the day I received my exam result, I was shocked to see that I had scored the highest in quantitative reasoning, and I think the second okay, no, the probably the lowest in decision making, because
Okay.
the paper was quite difficult and different to what I had expected, particularly for the decision making section. For VR, I think it was similar to Medify. QR and abstract reasoning, I was able to score really well because with the help of Medify only. So I would say yes, VR and abstract reasoning were in the midst, and decision making was my highest scoring section when I was practicing, and quantitative was the lowest.
Sure. So Priyanshi, thanks, for extracting time for this small call, and best of luck for your rest of your academic career and thing. But we are always there to help you out. Do feel free to reach us for any kind of doubts, help, and all. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay then. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.